Hello everyone, my name is Clancy and welcome to the Clan. So without further ado, let's get into this video. I see my voice is kind of like almost back, but please do me a favor by smashing that like button, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for always smashing the like button. Even though we don't get to the 1,000, it's okay, it's cool. As long as you are clicking the like button, it all that matters. Because guys, it helps the YouTube to kind of fetch us these amazing people called the Clan. They may be somewhere out there not knowing that we exist, and when you click the like button, they get to see the videos, and if they like what they see, I mean, it's the Clan, they are going to come subscribe and come with their 2 IQs, rub them together and spark their own opinions, and then I read them out in the self-appointed experts comment, as you already know. Guys, I just want to make a disclaimer that I did not see the better part of today's court proceedings at the Gauteng High Court in King Rata's courtroom because I was stuck in virtual meetings practically the whole day, but I did manage to see some few other stuff that was going on in court that left me going, why am I having a deja vu of bank statements with these cell phone numbers and records that do not have substance? There was even a time where I believe I heard Colonel Host saying that, no, all I do is analyze these records, but there is no substance that says that this was the conversation that was had between accused number 5 with accused number 1, accused number 1 with accused number 3, accused number 5 with accused number 4, 4 with 3, etc. and so on. All we hear is, no, there was a duration of the calls, whether the duration was 1 second or 5 minutes. And I was like, but something else is a little bit missing in this whole scenario. Maybe they did cover that in the beginning of today's proceedings, the phone records of 2014. The phone record, basically 2014 as a whole, like how they were doing with the bank statements, come from January all the way till December, maybe even January of 2015, where we even hear the commission of the killing of Senzo Meyiwa on the 26th of October 2014. I don't know, maybe they did cover that, but what I was hearing is that these phone records, they are from 2018 to 2021. Now, another thing that kind of confused me a little bit, like, wait a minute, I know the 30%ers are going to say, hey, you can smuggle phones into prisons. Yeah, we know. We're not supposed to know this information unless you've been to prison and you smuggled a phone in your prison cell and broke that law. Maybe it's time you let us know how exactly do y'all smuggle these cell phones into jail so that you can be held accountable criminally. So another thing, there is no excuse of the ignorance of the law. And ignorance of the law is also not a defense where you come at me and say, well, there are many ways to skin a cat so that these guys, the way communicating with each other. While another one was in CMAX. How do you smuggle a cell phone into CMAX? That is, or any police holding or jail or prison. I don't know that. I don't know that cell phones are smuggled. I've never been there. And if because we are hearing other people telling us this, to me, that's hearsay. As far as I understand, the law does not allow any communication coming from inside except using the provided phone, which is a public phone that I think you buy a card for if you want to communicate with your family. And as far as I understand, that phone is also monitored, meaning that you cannot commission further crimes while you are inside and conducting your friends that are probably alleged criminals to execute a certain something out there, so that they can foil that particular crime if it's being planned from within the prison walls. So I was like, wait a minute, but this does not make sense to me. Why is this court entertaining? Okay, let's say indeed the cell phone providers and service providers, they do discard of the records that they have had with them for the past 3 years or 4 years or 5 years or whatever the excuse is. But I know for a fact that most of our records are archived. And you can go into the archive, download the archive, and then sift all these numbers that you do not need till then where you get to the number that is relevant to this case. So that means you have to go back as far as 2014 and then sift out all the communications or numbers that are in the archive up until you get to these particular cell phone numbers. And then we get to hear the substance of what exactly was communicated between the accused. Where does it say that there was a commission of this particular crime that was committed against Senzo Meyiwa by these 5 accused? To me, it's not enough that you are bringing phone records that has absolutely, they say nothing. What's the whole exercise about? Is it to say, no, they know each other, they deny that they know each other? Didn't you do that with the phone with the bank records already, the bank statements? What more proof do you want that, I think I heard some part where I think accused number 4 admitting that accused number 1 is his nephew. Of course, you will communicate with your uncle. I think I also heard somewhere where accused number 4 knows accused number 3 and they have some kind of a friendship way before this entire situation has taken, meaning way before 2014. So of course they are going to communicate as friends. And accused number 5 knowing accused number 3 or knowing accused number 4, something like that. Of course there are going to be phone records that are going to show that these people communicate, unless you are like me, who only have my brother, my sister, and very few people on my contact. Simply because I just don't talk to people like that. I think I have literally 9 cell phone numbers in my cell phone. 9. And my phone rings once in a blue moon. And when it does ring once in a blue moon, it's either my sister's like, hey, wait, I haven't spoken to you in a week. What's happening? Most of the time. All the other numbers are just people that I know that are important for certain aspects of my life. And they know that calling me is not an option. You send me a text and not WhatsApp, because I don't like WhatsApp either. So, unless you are like me, but I know that people who are best friends and relatives, they do communicate with each other. So what does that prove? What does that prove about the 26th of October 2014, the killing of Senzo Meyiwa? How are these numbers placing the 5 accused in the Kumano house on the 26th of October 2014? What exactly is this all about? Why this court is entertaining frivolity, if there's such a word, frivolous stuff that is happening? First they entertain the bank statement until Rataza, whoa, let's cast that aside. Section 220 was admitted by the defense. Now, why are we entertaining records of 2018 to 2021? And I see 2018. Danzi and them, I assume that the arrests for the Senzo Meyiwa murder started in June of 2020. Okay, I understand accused number 3 was already serving prison term in CMAX. I probably understand that accused number 5 was already, accused number 4 was also in prison already or jail already in 2018, probably even 2019. And how did they communicate with each other? Now, I was listening about the 205s. To me, it was giving cookerization. These 205s, how authentic are they? How did the defense interrogate the authenticity of the 205s this morning, if they did? Or they just accepted and moved? I don't know. What I also found quite interesting is that, okay, the so-called investigators went to the service provider, handed them over 205 for certain cell phone numbers. But there is nobody, or the person that they're gone to did not take the responsibility of writing an affidavit that I, Ntutuko or Clancy Tumakute, hereby swear my ID number, blah, 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 and in my rights, whatever, and being truthful, all that stuff that you write in an affidavit, do swear that I am the one who handed over the cell phone records. What if someday, which is highly likely, that all of this collapses on the state's face and the 5 accused take, whether it's Vodacom or MTN or Cellphone or whatever the cell phone provider that gave these phone records without affidavits. When they now lodge a lawsuit, how is that going to play out for whatever service provider that was? I don't get it. So to me, it was not good enough to hear hosts say, oh no, we just come with the 205s and then they give us what we're looking for. Nobody writes a affidavit. So now if any mess happens, who then do you hold accountable at Vodacom or at MTN? That's not good enough. And another thing that I also noticed was the pattern of when these phone calls will start and when they will end. And the common denominator of the 5 accused, their phone calls end around either in March or April. What about May, June, and all of that? You're telling me these guys did not make phone calls? They didn't communicate? What about the phone call that came from Kelly Kumalo or them phoning Kelly Kumalo? Where is that phone call? Is it because Mgomezulu said, I have a 205 of Kelly Kumalo, where she never communicated with accused number 5? Nothing was said of what the so-called experts were saying, that they said they were ready, or whoever is ready, or Sesekaya, you guys, are you coming? If they are able to get those words or that tangibility, then what's the problem in getting the same information for all these cell phone records where they actually come in and we can hear what they are saying? If there were SMSs that were sent, we get to read what these SMSs are saying. Are they commissioning a crime? Are they commissioning a killing of a soccer star by the name of Senzo Meyiwa? What's this exercise all about? Can somebody please explain it to me? Maybe I missed the point because I did not see the beginning of today's proceedings. But I did catch some few things, and as I was catching on those few things, I was asking myself questions, the very questions that I'm asking. Maybe they were explained. Please let me know. Maybe I'm missing something here. So the question is, how fair is it that they are reading cell phone records of 2018 to 2021? How fair is that? And how is it a fair trial that these are being read without the ones that we are looking for? 2014. 2014, we are in this court for. October 26, 2014. We are not here for 2018. This is like 4 years after Senzo Meyiwa was killed. So what these numbers prove? We want to know who killed Senzo Meyiwa. Well, we have an idea, but we still want to know, according to the proceedings, who killed Senzo Meyiwa. The interesting thing is the state claimed that they had a solid case. You would think that a state that has a solid case, all day ducks will be in the row. The 205s would have gone as far as getting the exact words that were used in these phone calls. That to me is what you call solid case. Not some stuff that says nothing. It says, the state was embarrassed today because the accused are agreeing that I know accused number 5. This is Mshana. This is my best friend. So obviously there's going to be communication. It doesn't prove anything unless the records are saying, Umalume, the uncle, phoned Mshana, the nephew, and say, hey, there's a job. And the job involves Senzo Meyiwa. That's what we want to hear. Don't tell us about duration of phone calls. And I found it quite interesting that Host was not necessarily answering any questions. He was taking everything and dumping it to the investigators. He kind of reminded me of Mukhola. Oh, Geninda. Oh, you have to ask Geninda. My lord, you have to ask Geninda. Now we're having hosts who's like, ask the investigator. We get it. You are just an analyst. You analyze cell phones. But can you testify and help the court to come to a conclusion regarding this frivolous exercise? For me, what was very interesting was 2021. They are still phoning each other in 2021. At this point, are they all not in jail? I saw a phone call from accused number 4 phoning accused number 1 48 times. Is that how I got it? In 2020, and then in 2021, 5 times. But these people are in jail. And we understood when Dancy said, my cell phones were confiscated on the 16th of June 2020. So how is it possible that he's communicating with the other 4 at this time? I say it again. In my own opinion, those 205s are cooked. I am even going as far as thinking that maybe these phone calls were done by the investigators themselves, because they had the cell phones in their possession. And now they were calling these, like, as if it's the accused that were calling each other, when in fact, oh, not in fact, when probably was the investigating officers. And now they are bringing that into the courtroom and making it sound as though these guys, somehow, their bodies leave, their souls leave their bodies and they go into the SAP 13 store and take their cell phones and communicate with each other for so many times while their physical bodies are in jail. Make it make sense. For me, towards the end was Judge Rata misinterpreting the word communication. Gandhi, what is communication? Are there any new nuances about communication that I am not aware of? Because for me, communication means either in writing, you send me an email or a snail mail and I receive it and acknowledge receiving it, and then I read the content and then responded. Or you dial my number and you phone me and then you get me and then we have a conversation about whatever it is that you call me about. We communicated. How is it that when you attempted to call me, that's communication? It's like the DNA results. And it's like, who proves a state's case beyond a reasonable doubt? According to Rata, even the defense should do that. Help the state prove its case beyond a reasonable doubt. That's what it's giving. Guys, that's all that I picked up. I know that there's a lot of stuff that may have happened in the beginning of today's proceedings. I'm going to watch that and then I will come back to you and tell you what my thoughts are. Of course, we are not lawyers. We are not judges. We are not experts, legal experts. We are just South African citizens with a gray matter. And we are entitled to our opinions. We are entitled to speculating. None of it that we are saying is true, but we are just using our brains. Whether we are right or wrong, the court will have to come to a determination out of its own experience, as well as putting the facts to the law and then come up with a determination. Whether we're going to like the determination or not, at least this matter would have moved forward. I was hoping that Baloyi would just give this up, but of course it's not. It just keeps flogging a dead horse. This horse, by this point, it's long decayed. It's bones. But other than that, guys, if you like the video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, give it a like. Anyways, do subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to click the bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everybody that's super thanking the channel and helping this channel financially. Because, yeah, we do need those things. There's some few equipment that I realized that I need. My ring light fell apart yesterday. I need to go buy a new one for that, so that I continue to bring these videos to your attention. I'm so sorry, my mind is somewhere else. And also, guys, share this video far and wide. But before you share the video far and wide, leave me a comment down below and share with me what I missed out in court this morning, please, so that I know when I watch what exactly I'm looking for and from my own opinion. Other than that, guys, I'll see you later. Goodbye.